Man, I love Facebook Marketplace. I went out and bought this turbo mini bike on it. What, like, how are you against Facebook if they have stuff like this? But I went and picked this thing up. Even though I have a ton of projects, I knew I needed this because it looks so cool. And the guy said it does 65, which I kind of doubt, but you know, we're about to find out. That's what I'm here for. About to test it. He said it was a built Predator 212 with a turbo on it, obviously. I kind of looked at it and I don't know how built it is because the governor is just cut off, not taken out, which concerns me maybe a little bit. It does have a aluminum flywheel, I think. Just by looking in there, it looks like it. So that's just what I've seen so far. I can also move the turbo with my fingers, so the bearings are definitely gone, which is kind of funny. So we'll have to just listen to that rattle for the next, I don't know, 10 minutes. But despite all that, we're gonna get this thing up and see how well or how fast we can actually get this thing going. We're gonna need some road though, because these back tires are bald, and I tried driving it on the gravel and I ate it first try. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. God, how can Facebook Marketplace be bad if it blesses you with things like this? See, look at that. What is more beautiful than that? I sprayed a bunch of gas in this carb and spent quite a while on trying to get it to run, and I just have to start it up before I touch anything, just so you can hear this tiny turbo spool. Hear that? That's beautiful. That's a great turbo noise. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it again. That's a great noise. That's a great spool. Even though those bearings are shot, still sounds pretty awesome. Now, we got quite a lot of issues to fix here. I've rode it down the road once, and I assume it was running lean. So we're gonna be looking at this carb, and we're gonna check for any leaks along this seam and this seam, because those just don't seem like they'd hold up. I don't know if you can see that weld or not, but that is not complete, and there's definitely something leaking in there. So we're gonna check those out first, and then go ahead and tear into the carb. Oh, good Lord. Oh, I got it. Yes, I got it. All right. Oh, God. That thing's shot. All right, so there is a good gasket on here. That does not look like it seals. So we'll have to work on that. Still probably need some gasket sealer. And then this thing is just rattling in there. That turbo is no good. But we're going to use it anyways, because that looks like it'd be fun still. So I'm gonna keep taking this apart and just throw some gasket sealer around all these gaps and see if we can change anything. And also, we probably need to take this cap off and just throw some oil in there and put it back on, see how that does. Because this thing has no oil lines, and that's why that spool is completely shot. All right, while we have this off, might as well just take this little cover off and just throw some oil in there of what we have. All right, and we're just gonna send it with some gear lubricant in this thing, just cause that's kind of what I got. If it ever comes out. Oh, look at that, brand new. Yeah, that's some thick oil. Oh, and it's full. I'm gonna cap that back off, and I got some oil-resistant gasket sealer. I'm just gonna throw around this intake. All right, turbo's greased up, and I got it coated on both sides. I'm gonna throw it all back together. Pretty good. I feel like that's pretty good. You know, I'm doing pretty good. I gotta throw this back on this turbo. This is going to take a decade. Oh, aha, that's pretty good. Wow, I'm a genius. Work with me here. Work with me here, please. Golly, there's no room for this thing to spin. Who made this? I finally got that. That took way longer than it should have. Good Lord. Now that's taken care of and back on. I also Added some sealant on the other side of this intake and on the back side where it goes into the engine. So that's all good, and now has to set for about an hour. Well, that's setting, I'm gonna go ahead and move this needle up before we mess with the jets in this thing. I went ahead and took the bowl off and it was all pretty clean. So I'm just gonna leave the carb as is and see if I can just make this needle a little richer, and we'll see how that runs when we have our top speed. And if it's rough, then we'll change it up and change the jet. But if it runs pretty well, I think we'll go ahead and leave it. I also got an air filter for it too, so we'll put that on too. All right, perfect. So that clip is all the way at the top. So that's just sitting as low as it'll go in that jet. And so when you move it down, it'll sit a little higher and it'll take in a little more fuel. So I'm gonna switch that clip out and we'll get this thing back together. Boom, got it. I got an air filter too to put on this huge carb. See if this fits. Ah, there we go. All right, got it on. Now we just give it a minute, let all those gaskets dry, and then see how fast this thing goes. All right, I think that's just enough to actually get this thing up and running. We kind of sealed everything up, or I say we sealed everything up. We kind of just put sealant everywhere, and hopefully it's sealed. Jack that needle up to make it run just a little richer, threw the air filter on, cleaned it up a little bit, you know, and now we're gonna take it down the road and see if it hits 65. Gotta get a speedometer up. Going. Oh, God. All right. We made 2 passes. I got my GPS out. And I hit a top speed of 46 miles an hour. So definitely a little slow. But this thing is running so rich that it's spitting gas out the exhaust right into my legs. So that's a new one. I just wiped that on my pants. And once it gets started, it takes so long to start up, and it's just leaving a trail of black smoke behind it. So time to drop that needle back down and see if we can change a jet. And I'm gonna do that and come back out here, see if we can't get a higher top speed. All right, got back to the house. I'm gonna readjust this clip, and we're gonna go out and try again. I'm gonna put it just one below. So right there. And we're gonna see how that does. All right, we're taking pliers with us this time. All right, we made it back out, and now we're gonna go round 2. This one's much leaner, so we'll see how it rides. And I got a GoPro this time, so last time I forgot to charge it, so I want to charge it for a couple minutes. So we're gonna load up, and hopefully it's faster. Okay, well. 47. Not bad. Oh, so it turns out we had the choke on the whole time. That's really interesting. We had the choke on the whole time, so I'm gonna turn it back down, take that thing out, put it back on Rich, and see how it runs. All right, the choke is off, needle's all the way up, so we're back to running Rich, and now we're gonna go for the third top speed run. Want to die. That's how long it took me to stop, by the way. Oh, quite died. Ooh, I like that turbo spooling though. Ah, man, 47 again? There's no way. Y'all, so that was not the ending we were looking for, but can't say I was very surprised that it didn't hit 65. Yeah, it also did not run correctly, I don't think at all. It wouldn't idle, and I don't know if you guys caught it. I was coming by the camera one time, and I was full throttle, wide open, and it was just sputtering, like it hit like a wall. I don't know. It was what the needle was all the way up, so it was pretty rich, but I don't know if that had a ton to do with it or not. The first couple runs, I ran it with the choke on because I didn't know it was on, and it didn't make a huge difference, which was kind of weird, but then I turned it off. We went lean and rich, and it seemed to like to sit at about 50 miles an hour, which isn't bad. I'll give it credit because it's a blown up turbo on a mini bike, so not terrible, but it's not 65, which I was a little sad we didn't get 65, but it's all good. 50 was still pretty fun. It was actually a great time too, so. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe and like the video because these are a lot of fun to make. I love making them. I pretty much buy stuff on Facebook and fix it up for you guys. And this was just another quick example because I did the whole thing in one video. I had a lot of fun doing it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And actually, let me know what I do with this. If I buy a new turbo for it and see if like a new turbo fixes the issue, or if I just, scrap it, use it for something else, who knows. But thank you, and see you guys in the next one.